Yeah, hi, small business owners. It's a precinct from Sharon Law Firm. Today, I want to talk about different options available for small business owners in this difficult time of coronavirus epidemic and also an economic challenge, which is just in front of us. Because, as you know, means in state of California and also other different states, the state governments and also the federal government has placed state of emergency and also taking other measures. So maybe I'm not sure in future maybe you will see a federal lockdown kind of a situation. And in such a situation, as you know, means business owner, they have their own bills, they have their own mortgage payments to make, because most of small business owners, they only have few employees, and they are not getting those heavy paycheck of millions and millions of dollars. So in such a situation, uh, they have to find that money in from somewhere or another. And I think the biggest expense small business owners usually have, it's the payroll cost, which just paying those paychecks to the employee. Those are the biggest costs small business owners have. So I think the first thing small business owner will look to just try to cut that paycheck, lay off certain employees, and then think about in future if there is a need for those employees. Otherwise, just continue in a limited fashion in an economic slowdown, because that's a reality, and you have to manage your budget and you have to look at the revenues and then plan your business operation based on that. In such a situation, there are different options. Obviously, I think the most usual option your employees will use, and also you will ask your employees to use, you will just lay off your employees and just ask them, okay, for next 2 months, because it seems now that for next 8 weeks, that probably state and federal government probably will put much restrictions uh, in terms of just slowing that people to people contact. And because of that, the business owner will get affected, and they are getting affected by millions and millions of numbers. So so in future, for next couple of weeks, you will just see this big economic slowdown, and it will affect for months and months to come. So how to prepare for that and keep your employees with you? Because you would be thinking, okay, if I keep my employees, I have to pay their paychecks, and I cannot pay that. So how I can manage that? Still, I don't want to lay off all my employees, because one of the things you can know, it's very hard to find employees, good employees in general, regardless of economic slowdown. It's hard to find good employees. Some employees are with you from long time, they know about your business, and if you just bring about after all this coronavirus epidemic restrictions are over, it's sometimes hard to get those employees. Maybe that employee just go away with some other employer who is paying more money or some other benefits. So you never know if you lay your employee off, how they will do, because they also have to take care of their bills. In such situation, means you don't know after 2 months where what their plans are. um, so you don't want to lay off your employees, but also don't want to keep them for full pay. So in that situation, how you will deal with your employees? Because there can be a situation you have this full-time employee, and you are asking that employee after you are done with this coronavirus 2 3 months, and you're back at your work, and you're asking these employee, okay, for next like 6 months I would not be able to pay you the full wage, because of this economic slowdown. It will take some time to recover from that. So why not you just only do like a part-time work? And unfortunately, that employee has to take care of other family members, and in that situation, so that employee would just start seeking other options. So in that situation, there is an option provided by Department of Industrial Relations under California law, which is the option called is work sharing program. So this work sharing program, it's an option. It's a kind of a hybrid option where you can use unemployment insurance, but still your employee would be able to work out in this limited number of restricted hours because of this economic slowdown. In order to get benefit of this program, the employer has to apply with the Department of Industrial Relation with a special claims unit. They have this application process where they need to mention they can get benefit of this program up to 12 months. So if you anticipate, and possibly I think 95% of business will anticipate a slowdown for next few months, so they can file the application that, okay, I have like so and so number of employees and I would be reducing their hours. They were like 40 hours a week and now I have to reduce like for 30 hours, 25 hours. But still I want to, I think, keep them, all these employees, without laying off them. But I also want them to get unemployment insurance benefits, and that's possible. The state can approve that kind of request under work sharing program. So what happens with work sharing program? So your employee will get your normal pay for 25, 30 hour, however they are working for. And then in addition to the remaining hour, they will get a proportionate benefit of unemployment insurance. As you know, the benefits you will get usually is per week, you would be able to get $40 to $450 based on your, again, your earnings over a couple of years. So in that situation, for that reduced number of, like, suppose like your employee went from 40 to 30 hours, so now you have like a decrease of about 25% of the wage. In terms of that, you can evaluate like what would be the benefit you would be able to get for an unemployment normal benefit. If suppose the benefit which you are getting is $400 and your reduced wage is by 25%, then you can think about like $100 your employee would be able to get for that 10-hour reduced time. It's not compensating completely, but you're getting something through unemployment insurance, through state. And so with this hybrid method, you would be able to keep your employees and also provide them for that lost number of hours some benefit, instead of like complete benefit, some benefit. At least there is some incentive for employee. And obviously it depends, if your employee is getting maybe 60,000, 70, 80,000 dollar in a year, I'm not sure how much benefit that would be, like $100 with compared to reduced number of hours. But still, if you're because usually small businesses have employees who are in and around full-time employment range of like 20, 25,000. But if you are getting that $100, $200 with you for per week, it comes makes up to like $800, and that's a good amount if you're talking about those ranges. So if you are like near about minimum wage employee, that's a good benefit you can get. So this will also avoid the employer to again hire new employees, go through training, and sometimes there are issues with someone's attitude, those kind of like social, I think, things which you have to think about, that if this person is a good fit for your team or not, and you have this employee working from long time. So there are like those issues you have to think about, and it's always best to keep your good employees. And I think this program have been built in since like 1978, just to keep in focus about these emergency economic slowdown times, so that I think people can get some kind of benefit. They're not losing everything, but still they are, I think, protected somewhat in terms of their paycheck. And also the employer don't have to take stress. Still they can work out towards just coming back to the normal situation. So I think this is one of the programs, and I think with the state and federal government, it's an ongoing thing. There are like different paid leaves. Now there is an emergency family leave and also a paid leave in place, and there are like different payroll tax cut which you will be able to get. So there are different things going on, either with the government, I think, relief, either at federal or state level. So you would be able to get, I think, a good feel after a few days what's the actual plan is, because there is also an ongoing proposal about direct payment to each and every person who comes below certain income threshold. So they would be able to get $1,200. So that's not yet, I think, just written in stone as a law, but still it's an ongoing proposal. So I think we would get a clear picture after a few days. But still, there is relief coming out, and there is, I think, also different programs, small business administration loans for economic relief from this economic slowdown. Those are called disaster economic injury loans, which are like low interest loan for small business owners. You would be able to get that, and at least you would be able to just run on your normal business operation when we just get back after this done with this coronavirus outbreak, which is just has created a rapid I think economic slowdown. So I think these are some of the programs. You just think about that, and I think there is a whole lot of information available. Either you can ask other legal professional, your tax accountant about different things coming up in future. There are, I think, people taking care of people, and I think in this very hard times, the best thing is just to, I think, use those precautions which are mentioned by civil authorities or healthcare professionals. That social distancing, I think, concepts you have to just keep in that mind. And I think many people, because they are now at home, so they are just getting feed of regularly from either Facebook posts or other, I think, online activity, because coronavirus in itself is just on constantly on news. So I think people are taking precaution. So let's see. I hope for the best that this coronavirus outbreak, we will be get done with it and just move on with our normal business operations. Thanks for watching these videos, and best of luck. I hope and prayer that we will come back strongly from this economic slowdown, and we will again would be able to provide, I think, a best thing with the team of employer and employees, and we will be able to work out and just again provide those same good services and products. Thanks again for watching these videos, and see you in the next video. Thank you.